Julian would have been 11 years old today, but in 2008 he was, along with Jennifer Hudson's mother.
Have you forgiven him?
Yes. We tried to offer love.
When I saw that audition for that movie part, I saw a depth and a range and a soulfulness that really ranks at the top.
I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but, you know, I'm concrete in all things because of He who strengthens me. So that doesn't mean I always make the right decisions, but I am going to stand by what I stand for. And I'm only continuing to do it because I was looking for somebody who was doing it instead of me. And I just must have missed them.
Diddy don't run himself. But you know, that's how they do in LA. That's why I never moved there. I do business there. I will go there and do business. I will go there and get money if I need to. But I can't live there. It's godless. It's a godless place. City is titled, it's named Los Angeles. That means lost angels.
The entertainment world shines bright on stage, but behind the flashing lights and red carpets lives a darker reality.
How are you?
Wonderful.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm great. I mean, you and Common make the cutest couple ever.
Thank you.
What do you most like about the guy? So, you know, we see you in Common, you know, on vacation. Could we see maybe a possible collab? Music, your voice, his voice together. I mean, it can make magic.
I like how you slipped. You saw some vacation. Really? Okay, know about that part. But, I don't know. It'd be dope to see two Chicagoans together, but I don't know about that.
How come? I mean, it could be awesome.
It could be. You're right about that.
And you can't confirm if we in a relationship or not because the rumors are talking maybe.
Rumors say a lot of things. But he's a beautiful man. I will give you that.
All right, well,
That's
thank you.
for certain.
Alliances built in shadows, secrets locked away, and threats nobody dares to speak out loud. Jennifer Hudson, celebrated for her powerhouse vocals and legendary achievements, stands as one of Hollywood's most respected icons. From singing in Chicago's church choirs to reaching the rare EGOT status, she's built a career most can only dream of. To the public eye, Jennifer represents strength, elegance, and undeniable talent.
I'm a host, and so I have to ask you this question, because everybody always want to know this. Are you dating anyone?
So, yes, and I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life. And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented, but I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to win an Oscar on her first movie. I set my standard high. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, so what about you though? How's your love life?
I'm dating this woman and I am very happy. Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place for me. It's like
I love that you use the word happy place.
No, but seriously, it's like for me, it's one of those things where I found where I can, seeing her happy actually makes me really happy. So I'm very grateful. I thank God each and every day, and I'm just letting God guide this relationship.
Because God is in it, right?
God is in it.
That's right. Listen. Okay, this is the happy place. And we
Speak on it.
She the one you say.
Speak on it.
I heard that.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
But here at the happy place, we like to respect people's privacy, so I'm not gonna ask you too many more questions about that. Yeah. But you know, everybody wanna know, so I had to, Ms. Hudson had to get into that thing.
We keep it private, but I wanna acknowledge how wonderful she is, how great she is, so that's good.
Yes, yeah. I feel that same way about my partner.
Okay.
So, you guys.
But just as the spotlight beams on her success, storm clouds are gathering in the background. The shocking buzz about Diddy allegedly slipping out of federal oversight has cracked open new waves of suspicion across the industry. Enter Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright, the two fearless voices who've made careers out of exposing Hollywood's hidden truths. They've been firing off critiques left and right, shaking up the system. And now Jennifer Hudson's name has started slipping into the whispers surrounding these fiery conversations. Why would someone with such a flawless image suddenly be tangled in this mess?
Come on, man. Y'all can't see through this stuff. I bet you any amount of money, if y'all let Uncle Mike pick through all this crap, I bet y'all can do a better job than the court systems. There's so many innocent people in jail. That's just my opinion, baby. That's all. My bad.
Gordon, while confirming the lack of Balfour's DNA, explained that this didn't necessarily exonerate him. She clarified that individuals shed skin cells at different rates, and the use of gloves could prevent DNA transfer altogether. This testimony aimed to neutralize the defense's argument regarding the lack of DNA evidence, suggesting that its absence wasn't conclusive proof of Balfour's innocence. The presence of gunshot residue in Balfour's vehicle, combined with the explanation regarding the complexities of DNA transfer, presented a nuanced picture for the jury to consider. Following a trial filled with emotional testimony and complex forensic evidence, the jury embarked on their deliberations. After 18 hours of careful consideration, they reached a verdict: guilty. William Balfour was found guilty on 3 counts of first-degree for the deaths of Darnell Donnerson, Jason Hudson, and Julian King, as well as several other related charges. The verdict brought a sense of closure, albeit a bittersweet one, to the long and agonizing ordeal for the Hudson family. Post-verdict interviews with jurors shed light on their deliberative process. They revealed a methodical approach, first assessing the credibility of each witness before constructing a detailed timeline of the crime. This timeline was then compared against the alibi presented by Balfour's defense team, revealing inconsistencies and ultimately undermining his claims of innocence among the jurors. However, as juror Tracy Austin explained to reporters, "Some of us tried our best to make him innocent, but the facts just weren't there." This statement underscored the weight of the evidence presented and the jury's commitment to reaching a verdict based on the facts, despite the emotional gravity of the case. Prior to receiving his sentence, William Balfour was given the opportunity to address the court. In a brief statement, he offered condolences to the grieving Hudson family while continuing to assert his innocence. "My deepest prayers go out to Julian King," Balfour stated, adding, "I loved him. I still love him. I'm innocent, Your Honor." This final plea of innocence, despite the jury's verdict, underscored his unwavering denial of responsibility for the horrific crime. However, under Illinois law, the multiple convictions carried a mandatory sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The state's legal framework, which prohibits capital punishment under any circumstances, left no room for judicial discretion in determining the length of Balfour's sentence. Judge Charles Burns, in delivering the sentence, expressed his profound condemnation of Balfour's actions. "You have the heart of an Arctic night," Burns stated, adding, "Your soul is as barren as dark space." These powerful words reflected the judge's assessment of the gravity of the crimes and the profound impact they had on the Hudson family and the community. With that, William Balfour was sentenced to life in prison without parole, bringing a final legal chapter to the tragic saga of the Hudson family. The emotional weight of the trial was palpable, particularly for Jennifer Hudson, who attended every single day of the 11-day proceedings. As the jury foreman read the guilty verdict, Hudson sobbed openly, finding solace in the embrace of her fiancé. The verdict marked the culmination of a long and arduous journey for the Hudson family, a journey marked by unimaginable grief and the relentless pursuit of justice. Following the verdict, Jennifer and her sister Julia released a joint statement expressing their gratitude for the outpouring of support they had received. "We have felt the love and support from people all over the world, and we're very grateful," the statement read. In a remarkable display of grace and compassion, the sisters also extended their prayers to the Balfour family, acknowledging their shared loss. "We want to extend a prayer from the Hudson family to the Balfour family," they stated. "We have all suffered a terrible loss in this tragedy." Furthermore, they expressed their hope for Balfour's eventual redemption, saying they were praying that the Lord will forgive Mr. Balfour of these heinous acts and bring his heart into repentance someday. Years after his conviction, William Balfour broke his silence in a chilling interview with Chuck Gowdy of Bless TV in February 2016. This first public interview since his imprisonment provided a disturbing glimpse into Balfour's unyielding denial of responsibility. He claimed his conviction was the result of a vast conspiracy implicating the police, witnesses, and even the lawyers involved in the case. He vehemently maintained his innocence, insisting he had no involvement whatsoever in the most unsettling part of the interview came when Goody questioned Balfour about the 7-year-old Julian King.
There's an uneasy feeling creeping in. What exactly could Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright be hinting at, and why would Jennifer Hudson's name even come up? What hidden ties could put her in the crosshairs for exposure? And how does all of this connect to one of the biggest scandals shaking the entertainment world right now? Let's lay it out. Jennifer Hudson's rise is nothing short of legendary.
Club Shay Shay, yeah. I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know. So, yeah, I was...
Do you want to tell any of those stories now?
Well, I'm saying.
From a quiet Chicago church girl to mesmerizing millions on American Idol back in 2004, her voice was too powerful to ignore. Even without the crown, she catapulted into superstardom, proving she didn't need a trophy to own the stage. Over time, she stacked up the rarest accolades: Grammy, Oscar, Tony, and Emmy, cementing her name in the elusive EGOT club. She's performed for presidents, conquered Broadway, and earned deep respect across music, film, and television. But beneath that flawless spotlight is a journey scarred with both glory and heartbreak. Jennifer has survived devastating personal tragedy, all while navigating an industry notorious for cutthroat games and backroom politics. Insiders whisper that she's careful, strategic, never moving without calculation.
So this is Jaguar Wright. If you're not familiar with Jaguar, Jaguar is a legendary soul singer who was once a part of The Roots, sung backup for Jay-Z, not to mention she even had a very popular commercial with Coca-Cola. Jaguar has always been very open about the trauma that she faced during her career, particularly involving celebrities and encounters.
That night, we went back to his place to watch TV, and I got tired and I went to sleep with all my clothes on. There was no invitation there was no nothing. All I know is the next morning I see the sunlight coming through the window and I feel something poking in my mouth. Okay.
Exactly.
We're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Do I find you attractive? Absolutely.
Yeah, but there was no under...
Do I got a hip-hop crush on you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You wrote. I used to love her.
Yeah.
For a female hip-hop head who was an MC and a writer?
Yeah.
Of course I'm fan crushing underneath. There's no way, especially at that age in my early 20s. And in that morning, just the whole exchange, me, smack the crap out of his nuts. He jumps back. I get my socks, make sure my socks is on right, get my shoes, and I leave. I wasn't even undressed. That was exactly how that whole thing went.
So for those of you who may be wondering who she's talking about, what I will say is that Jaguar and a few other celebrity females have this person in common. It's your boy Brian. Shout out to Miss Jaguar, right?
And in Hollywood, that's not paranoia. It's survival. One wrong connection can end everything overnight. Now with Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright ripping the mask off Hollywood's secret games, Jennifer's polished public image is facing pressure like never before. For years, she's kept her private world sealed tight. But when the system you thrive in starts getting torn apart from the inside, even staying silent can turn into a dangerous move. Katt Williams isn't just a comedian. He's a live wire, a disruptor who thrives on exposing what others are too scared to say. His stand-up routines and fiery interviews have always carried more than jokes. They've carried accusations, veiled shots, and chilling hints about shady dealings hidden behind closed doors. He's pointed at powerful names, hinted at forbidden alliances, and accused industry giants of using their clout to muzzle critics. And now, the uproar around Diddy's alleged quiet release has poured gasoline on Katt's fire.
How bad was
That's
it?
what I care about. I care about the victim.
No, I understand. How bad was it, you think? What was going on?
I'm going to tell you right now that me, as a woman who has been in the industry for over 30 years, I've been performing live since I was 13. My first handler was McKinley Horton. I come to find out 25 years later that a scar that was on his face with a very elaborate story he gave me was put there by a woman who to live through these things and hear your elders in the business, people like Patti LaBelle say, just avoid him, honey. And being taught to be a just avoid him, honey. It's not good enough. Not when you live through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you.
So
you want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
In a blistering live stream, he looked straight at his audience and dropped this bomb. You thought it was quiet? You thought it was done? Nah, this is the calm before the storm. They let him walk, but he ain't walking alone. They watching him and we watching them. That wasn't just comedy. It was a threat, a warning, a shot at the entire power structure. Katt's fearless unpredictability makes him impossible to silence. And that's exactly why Hollywood fears him most. For Jennifer Hudson, who has mastered the art of staying neutral and respected, the thought of being pulled into one of Katt's explosive exposés is a nightmare waiting to unfold.
So Katt Williams recently went on to a podcast with Carmelo Anthony, and he speaks on the viral podcast that he did with Shannon Sharpe at Club Shay Shay. But what I want to show you guys is how he gave credit to God for him having this ability to call people out. He credits God as the person that gives him the authority to call out people in the industry and to make things right. And then he also speaks about how God gave him a lot of money, and now he has a contract with God to give this money out to be a blessing onto other Christians. Okay, now I'm not saying that Katt Williams is a devout Christian. I'm going to get into that a little bit in this video. We're going to talk about his faith and things of that nature, but first I want to show y'all exactly what he was talking about on this podcast. Okay, so before we hop into this video, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in.
All right, well, I'm saying in my personal business, you can either do the dirt or you can know the dirt. I'm one of the chosen high-ranked know the dirt individuals, right? And so dirt responds as they should when the vacuum walks in. I came to deliver an interview having seen some of my competitors and peers get on that same court and do a performance that involved my name. And so once 6 or 7 of you have made this same violation, it's my job as the king to show up and chastise thee. This is my job. I'm supposed to come in and restore order because that's my position. The fact that it's ignored by the clowns because they're all in the same frat, comedically, like, that's all well and good. I don't care nothing about none of that, but the job still needs to be done. And if God lets me know it's a good time for that, that's how I'm going to write it up and deliver it. So I didn't know anything Shannon was going to say. I didn't know what questions he was going to ask. Like there was no conversation. Like, Yeah.
What was the impetus behind that? Like, what made you say, like you said, like, you basically answered the question already, but what made you say, all right, man, enough is enough. I've heard y'all say this and that and mention my name, or you know what I mean? And it's all false. I got to come up here and set the record straight. Did you go up there with that intention, or was that something that just happened naturally through the conversation?
If there is a God side and the other side, if there are moral things and things that are immoral, if there is this side or that side, it can't be left up to thought process. I'm an enforcer on this side. I'm not only on God's side, I'm active, right? And so comedically, that means that, you know how sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Mm-hmm.
We traffic in words. I can get up with these words and end your legacy.
We've seen it.
I don't care how long. Right, because if it's built on sand, it just is.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to feel any type of way by exposing your hand. That's how this game works. I don't mean to break your ankles, but if I cross you over, I just did, didn't I?
Let me tell you something, man. Like, the fallout from that interview, it almost felt like prophecy for a lot of people. Like, it was my first time hearing those things.
Yeah.
And I didn't do no Googles or wasn't really in social media or keeping up on any of that stuff. I look at it and be like, it felt like prophecy. Like, as the year went on, things that you said in that interview, headline after headline.
You mean like Diddy going to jail or TD Jakes stepping down? Which one?
I mean, it was all there. It was all.
Okay, so he speaks on Diddy going to jail and TD Jakes stepping down as his role as the pastor this year, around the same time that this Diddy situation came out. Now, I remember back when the whole thing first came out, right? We all did a lot of speculation, including myself, made videos that, you know, maybe weren't 100% true, if I can be honest.
Once your name slips from his lips, there's no hiding, no quiet defense, because silence only fuels the fire. And if Katt is Hollywood's relentless critic, Jaguar Wright is its raw, unfiltered whistleblower. Jaguar, a powerful artist in her own lane, shifted her focus from music to tearing down the curtain on what she claims are the industry's darkest secrets. When news broke of Diddy's supposed freedom, her response was bone-chilling. She snapped back, "This ain't no he beat the charges moment. This is a trade. They're playing chess with people's lives." Jaguar's words hit different because of her track record. She's dropped uncomfortable truths before, only for them to gain credibility later. She isn't tied to corporate contracts. She's not protecting a billion-dollar brand, and she speaks from scars and experience. That's what makes her so dangerous to the system. Every time she talks, Hollywood shakes. Jennifer Hudson's world is built on the very pillars Jaguar Wright has been trying to tear down. Major labels, powerful execs, and the institutions that keep Hollywood running. That's why her position is so risky. If Jaguar even hints at connecting Jennifer's name to shady figures or controversial events, the fallout could be brutal.
So you put your heart and soul into everything. So we gonna get that tea. We gonna get that Tony.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of EGOTs from the South Side, Jennifer Hudson, your girlfriend, how special is that relationship to you?
Oh man, that relationship is one of the greatest blessings and most important things in my life, in my whole journey in life. The friendship, the partnership, the life partnership, just the connection. Man, it's one of those things where you don't know truly like what true partnership and relationship is until you get there. And it took me some time maybe to grow and evolve as a person. And it's like those things you pray for and you don't get them until you're ready. And I think, you know, whatever growing I had to do, it was the divine time in alignment when Jennifer and I started like being interested in each other, because we had been around each other before. We worked together before or something. But this was the time where we just felt and got to see each other in that way. And yeah, man, I mean, it's inspiring to have somebody who's as talented and just soulful and like gifted and can do all these different things, and is one of the greatest vocalists of all time, and just this pure artist, man. Like, she's a special artist. But then to have someone who, most importantly, when it comes to relationship, is just like, it's like equal yoke. Y'all can be in a room together, and it's just like together, and it's joy, and it's like,
in Hollywood, perception doesn't just shape reality, it can erase it in seconds. And Jennifer's reported caution right now, that's no coincidence. It comes at the exact moment the industry is still reeling from one of its most shocking twists. Sean Diddy Combs allegedly walking free despite multiple investigations and sealed cases still hanging over him. For countless fans and insiders, that so-called release wasn't justice. It was proof of just how untouchable power can be. Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright wasted no time painting this as the ultimate receipt, saying it shows the system protects its stars until the day it doesn't. Jaguar even suggested this freedom might be part of a backroom trade-off, a chess move that could drag others under the spotlight without warning. And here's where it gets messy. Jennifer Hudson has crossed paths in spaces close to Diddy's empire, from red carpets to music showcases. She hasn't been accused of anything, but in this game, just being near the wrong circle can set off alarms. In today's climate, just being seen near the wrong person can light a firestorm, and for Jennifer, that proximity could turn toxic fast if the right finger gets pointed. Her situation cuts deep because it exposes one of Hollywood's most brutal truths. Silence isn't just golden, it's survival. For decades, the game has run on unspoken codes: loyalty, secrecy, and pretending you didn't see what really went down. In this business, careers don't just rise on talent. They rise on alliances, and they fall on the words you never should have said.
I could be going through something, and it's like, I have that encouragement and support, and vice versa. Like, that's what, I'm learning more about partnership and love. And like I said, when you get there, you recognize what it is. And I hold up high, and I, God willing, I keep praying for that we just continue to be at our best with each other.
All of us here in Chicago were rooting for you all. When we saw that you all confirmed things on her show, it was so beautiful, because with the exception of Michelle and Barack, we don't have a lot of big figures who are both from Chicago, or both primarily raised in Chicago. And so it's a beautiful thing to see. So Chicagoans, we're rooting for you all. We're rooting for you all.
I gotta say this, man, it's really dope to actually like have be in a relationship with somebody who's from Chicago. Because I travel all over the world, and I've been in relationships and met with been good relationships. I'm not taking away from anything anybody I've dated before, but this Chicago woman is something there like that. We like, oh man, it's just, we can relate to certain things that just we both been through. Well, it could be the smallest of things, like the roll call on GCI that used to happen, or
the birthday call.
Birthday call. That birthday call on GCI, or just Evergreen Plaza. But more than anything, is relating on just values and respect and consideration, and being a good human being, and having a reverence and a pursuing of God is most.
One wrong friendship, one resurfaced photo, even one innocent quote can unravel years of hard work in a single night. Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright are trying to shatter that old code, ripping apart the culture of silence. But for stars like Jennifer, the stakes are sky high. The wrong move, even by accident, could erase everything she's built. That's why so many celebrities stay publicly neutral, even as the world around them burns. They've all seen what happens to anyone who dares to speak too much, and the consequences can be brutal. Which raises the real question, why would Katt or Jaguar even let Jennifer Hudson's name slip into the mix? The answer may lie in her position at the very top of Hollywood's food chain. Jennifer isn't just a performer anymore. She's a producer, a talk show host, and a cultural powerhouse with ties to some of the most influential players in music and film. Her journey embodies everything the industry loves to sell to the public: talent, hustle, resilience, and perfection. But that's exactly what makes her so valuable and so vulnerable. If someone like Jennifer were ever even hinted at being connected to shady dealings or knowing too much, it wouldn't just stain her. It could rock public faith in the entire entertainment machine. That's what makes the fear of exposure so dangerous. This isn't just about protecting her image, it's about avoiding becoming a pawn in a ruthless power game most people will never fully understand. So what comes next? Will Katt Williams keep turning the heat up on Hollywood's biggest names? Will Jaguar Wright drop more shocking names that flip the whole conversation? And most importantly, where does this leave Jennifer Hudson, caught in the middle of a storm she never asked for? Will Jennifer Hudson really stay untouched by this storm? Or is she already bracing for the hit? The truth is, we're watching an industry in meltdown mode, where the walls that once hid the darkest secrets are crumbling right in front of us. For Jennifer, the fight isn't just about staying relevant. It's about surviving in a world where truth can be twisted into a weapon just as easily as a lie. So what do you think? Is Jennifer just an innocent bystander in all this chaos? Or is her silence hiding a bigger story that hasn't surfaced yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you never miss the next breakdown. I'll catch you on the next one.